Five, four, three, two, one. Okay, so we're here on MLG Antigua Shipyard with Caliber Light spawning as the pink Protoss player at the 3 o'clock position, and he's going to be representing University of Washington. And he's going to be up against Spooks. And Spooks is representing Fullerton, and he's going to be spawning as the Red Terran in the uh, in the oh, I guess it's the 9 o'clock position. Sorry about that. So, as I was saying, Antigua Shipyard, this map is great for Terran vs Protoss for that reason, because you get to see those late game kind of bio Viking medevac things versus Colossus and whatnot from Protoss players. I'm curious, do you have the sync up right now? What time is it right now for you, Tim? Okay, great. So we see, we get a probe coming across the map for Caliber Light, and he's going to come down here and probably start poking away at the first barracks, building SCV. And Caliber Light right now, he's chronoing out probes, normal stuff, and they're making references to U2. Caliber Light does not like U2. That's unfortunate. I like U2 myself. It's not the best band ever, but it's definitely good. And Spooks hasn't even heard of it. That's curious. So Caliber Light, he's going to be picking away at this first SCV, building the barracks, just as I said, and he's actually delaying that quite a bit. The SCV had to be pulled off, and that's going to slow down the barracks a little bit, which is in turn going to slow down the orbital and the first mule. So, that actually does quite a bit, and the SCV is actually going to be forced to come off again because it's damaged, and even delaying the barracks further. So right now, the Protoss player, Caliber Light, he's really getting great control of the game early on. He hasn't lost his probe. In fact, it's regenerating shields right now. And he found out about the gas and also delayed the barracks. So very strong opening from Caliber Light. And he's going to go ahead and get that next pylon down. He's about to saturate his own gas. I'm sure he's thinking about a very early expansion here because, it's very safe to do against Terran players, especially if, you see they have a gas. You see they're not proxying anything. Right now, you're on one gate, you get your first, Zealot, maybe even a Stalker out, and you feel pretty good about taking that expansion. Spooks, on the other hand, he's getting a factory, and that's what he's going to do with his gas. But if you only have one gas and you're in for your factory, you can't really rush Banshees very quickly. You might be able to get some Hellions out early on, but normally, if you do see a factory really early, Terran versus Protoss, it normally means that there's going to be Banshees, or there's going to be dropship play really early. And to be honest, that's not something that we're seeing out of him. He's getting a reactor on his barracks, he's getting a second barracks up, and he doesn't have a second refinery, which means he might just be getting some Hellions out of this factory. So I'm very curious about what Spooks is planning for the late game. It could be very all-in-ish. There is a bunker going down at the ramp, but I'm not sure if he's going to secure an expansion behind that with all of this production. He's going to have 2 reactors. When we have 2 reactors, you're going to be spending so many minerals that it's going to be very difficult to expand. So if he's going for the full production, I'm not sure he's going to have any room to expand in his build up here. So Caliber, at the same time, he's on 2 gas now, so he's thinking very forward. He's really thinking about tech. In fact, he's going 1 gate robo, which is a very aggressive build. I expect, maybe he'll try some warp prism special tactics. I don't know. But 1 gate robo, I was really expecting expansion early on from both of these players. It's normally what you see on Antigua Shipyard. But this is very surprising builds from both players, and I'm very curious to see how this is going to interact. If you look at the production tab, Hellions have started up. There's 2 Hellions that are about to pop out. And a robotics bay is popping up for Caliber Light. That's incredible. A robotics bay means, 1 base Colossus. He's just jumping right to it. He doesn't even have, he just has 1 gateway, 1 Zealot, 1 Stalker, 2 Stalkers actually. And he's just throwing down that Colossus. This is very interesting. Colossus are very effective against Marines and Hellions. It just depends if he gets that reactor onto a starport and starts pumping out Vikings. All of a sudden, this is going to turn around 180. And Caliber Light, he's throwing down 2 gateways now, and that's going to back up this Colossus production. So this is going to be very heavy one-base play from both players. I don't see either of them expanding within the next 3 or 4 minutes anyways. So both these players very head-to-head one-base play. If Spoofs can get in there and do some damage before the first Colossus is out, or even before the second Colossus is out, he has a chance of taking this game. But then again, if the Colossus gets out and does get some great positioning on the cliff, and has support from its gateway units, Caliber can do a great job here. So now Caliber is going to have to run away. He sees the Marines incoming, but he doesn't know about the Hellions yet. So this Stalker is going to back off. It doesn't know about the Hellions, but it looks like Spooks just bring those Hellions behind, kind of just timing it so they wouldn't be seen. But they'll arrive at a similar time to the Marines. And now that Spooks is here, he has to do some damage quickly. There's going to be a Colossus out in like 10 seconds, and he's getting shot at from the high ground. He's not putting a scan down up there, and he's walking very close to that high ground. I think he just lost 3 Marines. Not a great way to start off your attack. At this point, Spooks, he's really stuck here. He doesn't have any transitions that he can make that are going to be good against Colossus because, he doesn't have a starport coming down. He's only on that 1 gas, and he's kind of stuck. He is going to expand, but I think if Caliber Light, he gets up a certain critical mass of Colossus, it's going to be very hard to engage with only Marines and Hellions because right now, Caliber's his unit production is just exactly what you don't want when you're up against Colossus, and he is finally getting down that starport, and it looks like he's making that reactor available to switch onto it, and he's also researching stim packs, which are always useful. But the thing is, he's going to have this starport up, and it's not going to be finished in creating Vikings until about the 10-minute mark, so or maybe a little bit sooner. But Caliber, he's going to have 2 Colossus on hand by then, and he's going to be able to take a very commanding position. He's going to go take the middle of the map right now, and I'm assuming he's just going to walk forward because he hasn't seen anything but Marines and Hellions. And as a Protoss player with 2 Colossus on the field, that's going to feel great. Caliber, he's still on 1 base, so he's not looking to expand right now, and he really doesn't have the income. He's keeping his cash very low, so this is going to be it. This is going to be this is going to be it for the entire game. This is his attack, and he's going to come in with a Colossus. He's not using that thermal lance, strangely. He's just going to come up and do it, and the Hellions are going to come up from behind, but it looks like these Marines, they just haven't been microed back, and the Zealots are just going to eat away at them, and the Colossus has done terrible damage there, and they're going to walk forward. This natural base for Spooks is completely evacuated, and there's the GG. So that's going to be game 1 going to Caliber Light. University of Washington. Congratulations to University of Washington. They're going to be up 1-0 against Fullerton.